The future of Roland Water District is ever evolving.
Those that founded this organization, if they could see us today, would be overwhelmed by our accomplishments.
To appreciate Roland Water District today, it's important to know the foundation it was built upon. Let's take a trip back to the 1950s.
It was all farmland.
Pretty country, cowboyish.
2 lanes. Came all the way down. If a car came by, you knew who it was.
Everything across the street was rolling hills.
I used to raise all the cattle up in those hills up there.
So in 1953, you had about 200 large landowners
Also known as ranchers.
that knew for this area to grow and to prosper.
They needed a reliable water source.
It was a long time ago. My goodness.
This is John Roland V. He goes by Cinco. In the 1840s, Cinco's family settled in what would become Roland Heights.
He bridges the entire history of the district.
This was my dad here. Well, pictures are worth 1,000 words, you know that? Jiminy.
His dad, John Roland IV, helped found Roland Water District in 1953.
Old timers, my dad, and some of the old guys here decided that now's the time to bring water. The reason we brought water in was because everybody here had their own water wells.
And they put forth a ballot initiative to create a special water district, and it passed overwhelmingly.
Even in the early days, Roland Water District was cutting edge.
It wasn't common for women to serve in public agencies. And in 1953, Roland Water District had a female board member.
They truly cared about the area and the Roland Heights area and the water district. They felt as it was part of their own family, and that's the way they treated everybody.
And to live in a community and work with a person and a family that this town is named after, and going to Sacramento and going to Monterey to see where his original land grants were, it is amazing. It's a connection to the past, something that a lot of people don't have. And we do have that here.
That family atmosphere is still true today, almost 70 years later.
It's always felt like a family here.
Gosh, it's like home.
During Cinco's 40 years on the board, the quaint farming community turned into a home for thousands of new residents due to the development of new water supplies.
Brought them here because they had an opportunity. They could buy a house and start a business.
Started in very humble beginnings.
It was a very small brick building. Well, I came to work for the district in 1985. It was hard to keep up with the growth, to tell you the truth, while I was here.
Both the district and community were expanding. In the mid-1980s, the board decided it was time to modernize new equipment and technology that would revolutionize water service.
They wanted change, but they wanted conservative change. They didn't want to be spending a lot of money on stuff, but if you spent $1, it better be worth $1.50. And it was always cash. You didn't borrow money. And I admired that because that was kind of my philosophy. If you can't pay for it, that means you can't afford it.
To provide expanded services while keeping expenses down, Roland Water District negotiated with developers building the homes, bringing in thousands of new water customers. Developers agreed to include the cost of new reservoirs in home prices and foot the bill for major technological improvements.
They paid for our first computer system and meter reading system, which is part of the original system that they're using today.
Roland Water District is always looking at ways to improve our mission through
Accountability, communication, and teamwork.
to provide safe, reliable, and affordable water to the community.
So here we are, decades later, and this agency is still growing and is still a visionary agency and still looking forward. And so we've built upon that foundation.
So we took a very aggressive approach into improving and the reliability of the water supplies by venturing out into other areas.
Roland Water District is small but powerful. And then I think that depends on a lot of the leadership that I work with and also our general manager.
And we've gone from a basically a sleepy little water provider to one of the leading proponents of technology in retail water delivery. We're very active in the community.
The way we're going to keep water costs down?
Outreach was a huge component in trying to educate the customer base.
And that's just one of the many things that we do. We have taken great pride in connecting with our community.
From participating in the Buckboard Days parade, giving back to local charities, to developing a robust educational program, our commitment goes beyond providing water.
We have developed a program that we call the Mini Solar Cup,
where 500 students participate,
which is a huge success. We are inspiring future water leaders.
Roland Water District's public outreach took a new form amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, implementing virtual events to keep the community engaged, including a career forum.
The pandemic brought us together, made us rely on each other more, trust each other more. We never faltered in our mission to serve the community, to be present for the community. In June of 2021, when we were able to bring everybody back together, there was a lot of joy.
Roland Water District has a history of retaining our employees.
3 decades with them.
I started in Roland in 1987.
In November 1998.
My first impressions of Roland Water District on my very first day, which was November 1st, 2013, was a robust culture that was very inclusive of technology.
You know, one reason I've been here 30 years is I'm really proud of what we do and how we represent and you know, nurture the community and help the growth and the people and provide for their public safety.
I've watched our employees grow, our company grow into something bigger, and I really enjoy the people. That's my favorite part of my job, is dealing with the people.
We're kind of having the great tsunami here. So we started the succession planning, and we started promoting people, putting them in positions where they could learn different parts of the business.
Having the proper staff in place to continue operations successfully ensures we will continue to exceed the public standards.
I think they've always been people that were visionary. You know, they'd see things coming. They tried new things. They were daring.
Planning ahead, because it's water. We don't plan for a year. We plan for 30 years. So what's going to happen 30 years from now?
Today, Roland Water District serves more than 60,000 people. Bringing water here from Northern California has always been complicated and expensive. The district purchases imported supplies from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Prices are increasing on average 5% per year, in part because of the scarcity of water due to drought. Building a pipeline which delivers locally sourced water to the district and using recycled water are two ways we are tapping into our own resources.
A big job ahead for Roland Water District in the form of water supply is we've not finished looking at available supplies that are right underneath us.
New water for our community is critical. We are focused on building projects and continuing to develop partnerships with local water agencies.
We're trying to buffer our customer base to ensure that when they need the water, it's there for them. That's reliability.
Currently, Roland Water District has a year's supply of water stored in the main San Gabriel Basin.
I anticipate a really bright future in cultivating the next generation of water leaders here at Roland Water District.
Pathways of new technology and always staying on the cutting edge really is what I see.
Roland Water District has significantly grown since 1953.
What a change.
Cinco has watched it grow. 3 expansions to headquarters, 14 new reservoirs. But not everything has changed. The Roland legacy lives on.
My namesake, Probably my namesake here. Now I'm proud of that. We were here and started it.
Through the family culture.
Because you're proud to say that you're a Roland employee, that you work for the Roland Water District.
The legacy that I hope to leave behind at Roland Water District is not about what I built or what I accomplished in the field or the rapport that I built with the board, but I hope the employees look back and say he really cared about us. Just that simple for me, that he cared.